Hello, everyone, and we are ready to start a doubleheader here at Graham Rec Park between the Bluefield College Rams and the Columbia College Koalas. Hello, everyone. Bailey Engel here. Glad to have you with us here on the Rams Digital Sports Network as Bluefield College is coming into this game a bit hot with a big sweep over the weekend against St. Andrews. 2 games taken against the Knights, and now the Rams are back at Graham Rec Park for yet another series here in the AAC. As for Columbia, first-year head coach Leanne Newberry trying to find a way to win some games after a rough start to the season. Currently 2-10, while the Rams are 11-11, trying to make their way into 500. Let's take a look at that Columbia lineup, shall we? Kristen Weems, the catcher, leads off. Brianna Workman, the left fielder, bats second. Kylie Smith, she'll pitch today and bat third. Alexis Jennings for the Koalas, the right fielder, bats cleanup. Madison Hearn, the third baseman, bats fifth, while Kylie Bridgman, the second baseman, bats sixth. Shortstop Madison Watford batting seventh, while Emily Holmes, the first baseman, bats eighth. And batting ninth, closing out the lineup for the Koalas, Jordan Kennedy, the center fielder. As for the Rams in the field, Claudia Santana, the center fielder, leads off. Lauren Bailey, better known as Peanut, batting second and playing at second, while Christina Sanchez, the catcher, bats third. Lexi Harmon, she'll be the designated player today for Bluefield College in Game 1, while Chloe Hicks bats fifth and plays at shortstop. Looked impressive the last time we were here against Bryant. Jocelyn Thompson gets the start in the circle for Bluefield today, followed by Kenzie Lambert playing at first and batting seventh, Macy Martin, the third baseman, batting eighth, and Hannah Taylor closes out the lineup for Bluefield College, batting ninth and playing in right field. So Jocelyn Thompson in the circle for Bluefield. Kristen Weems steps up to the dish. We are underway in Bluefield with a strike right down the middle. Count goes to 0-1, and look at that, very punctual here at Graham Rec Park. Time right at 1 p.m., the start time for us today. Here on a perfect Tuesday for a little bit of softball. 0-1 is fouled away right side and out of play. And now we'll do it at no balls, 2 strikes. So in the field, Martin at third. Over at short, Chloe Hicks. Lauren Bailey getting the start at second base. And Kenzie Lambert at first. So no balls, 2 strikes. Thompson looks in and deals. Just a bit outside for ball 1. Sanchez, the battery mate today of Jocelyn Thompson. Columbia making the trip up from South Carolina. Coming off of a loss against Kentucky Christian. Split that series as that one fouled away. Do it again, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Only playing conference games so far this year, 2-10. Rams have already played a couple of games against Bluefield State, not even in the NAIA. Do the 1-2. Swing and a miss, got her reaching outside. A great way to start here in inning number 1 for Thompson. So now there's 1 away. That'll bring up Brianna Workman. Well, a bit windy going from center field to home plate here in Bluefield. Obviously not as windy as that field we used to play in on the top of the hill back in the 2019 season. Fouled back on the first pitch, strike 1. Nobody on. No balls, 1 strike, Thompson. Poked left side and foul. So a bit interesting for Bluefield College how they're shaping out the infield. Kenzie Lambert, the first baseman, is playing straight to the right of the circle, leaving Lauren Bailey to cover first and virtually all of second to her right. Now the 0-2. Once again, fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Workman goes down swinging. All right, excuse me, Kylie Smith taking a wicked cut. And another swing and a miss. Apologies for that. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. What an inning for Thompson. Now we'll go to the bottom of the first. Bluefield coming up to bat for the first time in this ball game, and it's still tied 0-0. Welcome back, everybody. Kylie Smith in the circle for Columbia. Here we are in the bottom of the first inning. Bluefield College 11-11 on the year. Still no score. Now as we go to the bottom of the first, Rams will send Santana up to the plate, the native of the Dominican Republic. So Santana steps up. See if she tries to slap one aboard here. The Rams are still scoreless up against this 2-10 team from Columbia, South Carolina. First pitch on the outside corner for strike one. A good position there for Kylie Smith. Looking at the wrist coach. Coming in with the 0-1. Down the third base side. Scooped up there. Throw to first in time. And a good play by Hearn to retire Santana on a 5-3. So still scoreless. That'll bring up Lauren Bailey for Bluefield. Made the joke before that Lauren Bailey has been here for such a long amount of time for Bluefield College. Also sees time as a catcher, but I've never really seen someone genuinely enjoy softball. She fouls that one back right to the camera. And an 0-1 with 1 out. Here's the pitch. On the ground, backhanded stab. Watford on to first. Not in time, and an infield single for Lauren Bailey. Well, the first hit of the ball game for Sam White's team. Sam White, native of Alabama, coaching now in his first year at Bluefield College after a couple of stops throughout softball, most notably assistant coach at Lindsey Wilson. Very successful during his time there. Bring up Christina Sanchez for Bluefield. Pitch into the air to center. Kennedy running in, calls for it, and makes the catch for the second out. Keeps Lauren Bailey over at first base. Game one of our doubleheader. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. My name is Bailey Angle. Happy to have you. Well, last year we didn't actually have any softball broadcast, of course, because of COVID-19. Season was stopped short before we were ever able to broadcast over at Bluefield High School. That's where the Rams were supposed to play. Fortunately, gave a break in the softball career of someone great, especially right here, Lexi Harmon. First pitch a bit high. Thanks for ball one. Well, Harmon has been a star for Bluefield since she's gotten here as a pitcher and as well as a hitter. Last time we saw her here, did not play in game one against the Bryan College Lions, but went yard and pitched very well in game two. Comes the 1-0. Outside, but called a strike, 1-1. 2 away, Lauren Bailey with a single at first. Still no score here in the bottom of the first inning. Harmon trying to send one on a ride with that wind flowing inside. About 200 all around, maybe pretty short porch out in center. 1-1. Line drive, left field. That will drop for a base hit in front of Workman. She fields, and Lauren Bailey stays at second. So a couple of singles here in the first inning for Bluefield College, and that'll bring up Chloe Hicks for the Rams. Now, Chloe Hicks was really impressed by how well she played shortstop in that first doubleheader we were able to broadcast against Bryan College. It was very interesting to see a Bluefield infield that fielded very well. Now, things went off the rails a little bit in that second game, but Rams did a very great job defensively. As Hicks looks at that one right over the plate for strike one. Two outs, two runners aboard for Bluefield. Hicks hitting .293 on the year, no home runs, 12 RBIs. Decent enough hit here, at least gets her 13th. Here's the 0-1. Just a bit inside and low, evens the count at 1-1. Lauren Bailey flirts with tagging, she's gonna go back. Harmon at first, Bailey at second, the 1-1. Foul back on the right side. Ball and 2 strikes. Oh, Sam White did not want to pop up there. Wanted to drive down. That's very interesting when you're at a softball park. You can hear everything the coaches are saying, always encouraging Sam White. Comes a 1-2. That's a bit outside on the changeup. Evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Freshman from Sophia, North Carolina, digs back in on the right side. Bailey at second, over at first, Lexi Harmon. Smith fires away. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Rams leave a couple aboard, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and we are on to the second inning in game 1. Bluefield College and Columbia College all locked in at 0-0. Welcome back, everybody. We are on to the second inning. Jocelyn Thompson about to enter her second inning of work. Still no hits as of yet for Columbia. Rams left a couple of runners there on the board here in the top of the second. Bailey Engel should say on board, not on the board. But Rams coming into the field once again up against the 4-5-6 of Columbia. Alexis Jennings, Madison Hearn, and Kylie Bridgman. Right fielder, third baseman, and second baseman, respectively. Jennings listed as a pitcher. Senior from Denmark, South Carolina. So Jocelyn Thompson trying to settle in with a win behind her. First pitch of the second inning. Skips in a bit low and inside, so it's ball one. Well, Columbia, a very vocal team. So that's been established here. Sawed her off on the 1-0. Great pitch, 1-1. Ball and a strike. In case you were wondering about tomorrow, Shawnee State, that baseball doubleheader. Bluefield College will not get a rematch, unfortunately. It's already been banged due to weather, but great weather we got today. Big cut and miss right there, 1-2 for Jennings. And I think that's the thing that was unfortunate why we weren't able to play yesterday against Bluefield State. There was a good amount of rain on Sunday. This is a field that does not have a tarp. Here's a 1-2. Blazes outside and low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. But you really need like 2 days of pretty good weather to keep this field in shape. And I mean, look at it. It looks great. Sam White and company have done a great job. 1-2. Sawed off. Quick bounce to Hicks. Great play on to first in time. And I think right there, if you look at a pitch going off the inside of the bat, it can almost spell disaster for how it was choked up and had a good amount of knuckle spin on it going off of the bat on the left side. But Hicks played it off a confident hop, and the freshman from North Carolina was able to retire Jennings. So here is Madison Hearn with 1 out and still no score on the board. Sophomore from Las Vegas. Wind blowing left to right. Here's the deal. Where did that miss? Fastball just a bit outside. Ball 1. Good pitch on a fastball. Also working on a changeup. Got a backdoor curve as well. If Jocelyn Thompson puts that into the rotation here against Hearn. There's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Great pitch. That was pretty much in the same spot as the last one. Evens up the count at 1-1. We saw Thompson pitch a pretty good game last time she was here against Bryan College. A late home run in game 1. Spoiled that Bluefield lead that they had for most of that game. Comes a 1-1. Right down the middle of the plate, strike 2. Still no score, nobody on, 1 out. Top of the second inning. Madison Hearn forced to defend the plate here on the right side. Jocelyn Thompson, the righty herself. She pitches. Swing and a miss, another strikeout. And the Rams can take that. So now 2 outs. Kylie Bridgman steps up to the dish with nobody on and 2 outs. The utility player from Barnwell, South Carolina. First pitch called a strike, and Thompson really is feeling it, getting into the zone. Number 3 wearing the face mask in the circle. Only ran with the face mask in the circle, or in the field, I should say. Here comes the 0-1. Fouled back, and now the Koala's already down to the final strike here in inning number 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Thompson digs right back in on the rubber, looks in from the circle. Sanchez gives the signs, 0-2, got her. Another strikeout, Jocelyn Thompson sits down another Koala, and we are on to the bottom of the second inning. Still no score with the Rams coming to bat here in Bluefield, where it's 0-0. Welcome back to Grand Rec Park, where the score is still 0-0. Bottom of the second inning. Weems throws it down to Watford, and that means we're underway, ready to get underway with the bottom of the second inning. Still no score. Rams left 2 on the base paths in the bottom of the first inning after singles from Lauren Bailey and Lexi Harmon. So Jocelyn Thompson steps up. The pitcher already has 4 strikeouts today. By the way, Brianna Workman apologized for missing it, calling out on an illegally batted ball. So had both feet out when she was trying to slap it, and that is illegal after, I believe, the 2019 season. First pitch to the freshman. Swinging a line drive, flaring into center, backing up and making the catch Bridgman, and now there is 1 away. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Here comes Kenzie Lambert for Bluefield. First pitch to the first baseman. Another flare, left side this time, backing up, and a catch made by Hearn. And now 2 pitches, 2 outs. So certainly helping the pitcher and Kylie Smith. In the windiest ballpark in America. We continue here. First pitch a bit low to Macy Martin, and it's ball 1. Oh, Martin came to the team back in 2019. Comes to 1-0. Watch shine away, 2 balls, no strikes. A lot of teammates talked about, oh, we have this freshman that's going to be able to hit so well. Got a great bat, lots of power. She go yard here. Let's get on the base paths. 2-0. Inside, but called a strike. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, nobody on. Kylie Smith rocks and pitches. Swinging this time, it's a shot into right center field, trying to track it down, and the catch is made by Jennings. So the Rams go quietly, 1-2-3, into the top of the third we go. Rams and Koalas all tied up, 0-0. Jocelyn Thompson so far with 4 Ks in the books in this one. Still tied up 0-0 as we go to the top of the third inning. Bailey Engel on the call for you here. A little bit of Bluefield softball on a Tuesday. 2 games in this doubleheader, Columbia and Bluefield College. So Madison Watford steps up to the plate, the shortstop. Coming from Kingtree, South Carolina, standing in at 5'5". Jocelyn Thompson has looked tough so far for Bluefield College. Sanchez throws it down, and we are underway. Rams have contacted the ball, just nothing's been able to drop. A couple of hits there in the first inning, and then the Rams had a couple of liners out, make it 3 liners out there in the bottom of the second inning. So now, see if Jocelyn Thompson can continue mowing through the lineup here with a 7-8-9 due up in the bottom of the, make it top of the third. Steps up Watford. Shortstop is ready. First pitch misses. Just a bit low, maybe at the shins there. Comes the 1-0. High and inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Over it. Head coach, make sure to get a new call here. Columbia hitless so far. That pitch is inside as well. 3 balls, no strikes. Leanne Newberry looking on as the new head softball coach. 3 straight balls and now a little bit of a pitching conference right outside of the circle. Comes a 3-0. And that's high, a 4-pitch walk. First base runner of the day for the Koalas. Team that's 2-10. Split a series last time out against Kentucky Christian. Rams having a bit of a better season at 11-11, just trying to jump forward, get a couple of wins here on a Tuesday in a conference setup at home. Emily Holmes, the first baseman, shows bunt, pops it down off a scoop onto first. Thompson able to make a good play there, fielding, but the sacrifice is intact as Watford took off over to second base. So there's 1 away. Now to the 9th batter of the lineup in Jordan Kennedy. Another South Carolina native in the mix, mostly South Carolina natives. First pitch to her, outside corner called for a strike to the lefty, trying to slap it through. Macy Martin playing up on the third base side. Comes the 0-1. Lobbed a little bit outside. Throw to second. Actually pegs Watford in the leg. Seems to be okay. But it's a ball, 1-1. So Sanchez trying to keep her honest. Instead, threw the ball indirectly at her. So, ball and a strike. Comes a 1-1. Outside and low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Thompson deals. Big swing and a miss. Went fishing there. That was potentially ball 3. Instead, took a hack and now evens up the count at 2-2. Columbia trying to take the lead on a base hit here. Rams with a pretty conventional setup in the infield. Even with the slap potentially coming, 2-2. Fouled away, third base side, and off of the ricochet, snagged by Newberry over at third. Keeps it at 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Comes the offer. Outside, ball 3. Kennedy was ready to walk over to first, or potentially into the dugout, I believe. There was only 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now a full count. Thompson trying to avoid her second walk of the inning. Still in the top of the third, 1 out and a runner at second base. That was a payoff. Foul back. We'll do it again at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Now the payoff, fouled away. Three balls, 2 strikes. Comes the payoff. Grounded over to third. Martin in fair territory. Long throw to first in time. And Lambert's able to make the snag. So a long battle finally finished on a solid play on the corner by Macy Martin. But a runner on third now with make it 2 outs as we go back to the top of the lineup. Kristen Weems went down swinging to begin the ball game. Base hit makes it 1-0 Columbia. Catcher awaits. Thompson fires. That's ball 1. Not sure where that missed. Right down the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Thompson fires. Now that's high. Upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Ready for the 2-0. Lifted to left field and drops for a base hit. Watford in to score. It's 1-0. So a lead now. RBI single for Kristen Weems, all because of that walk allows it to happen with 2 outs now. Here comes Brianna Workman, who was out on that illegal touch or illegal slap hit. Both feet out of the batter's box. First pitch, swing and a miss, well late, strike 1. Now goes to 0-1. Wind blowing from left to right. Grounded up the middle. Bailey with a stab and tagged the bag at second. Really snuck that in there, but that is how we end things here at the top of the 3rd inning. But the score is 1-0. Run scores on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bluefield down 1-0 when we come back here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bottom of the 3rd here in Bluefield. Rams down 1-0 up against Kylie Smith. 9-1-2 due up for Bluefield. Hannah Taylor. Rams with a couple of hits so far in this game, but they have left both of those runners on base from back in the bottom of the 1st inning. And then in inning number 2, Rams flew out 3 straight times. So, Kylie Smith on the bump. Line up against Hannah Taylor for the Rams. Righty, and the first pitch at the bottom of the 3rd. It's a great one, right down the plate. Strike 1. Maybe a little bit inside for Hannah Taylor's liking. We are at the bottom of the 3rd, though. It'll be the 9-1-2 Santana and Bailey due up after this. Smith looks at the wrist coach and deals 0-1. Fouled back over us, and the count runs no balls, 2 strikes. Well, a little bit of a different foul ball setup than we had back on top of the hill. All you have to do is just walk into this dried out ravine, which is a little bit easier on the quads than that mountain up there. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1-0 the score. Claudia Santana digs in on the left side. Rams still down 1-0, trying to avoid the shutout here from Kylie Smith. Open stance for Santana. First-year Bluefield player from the DR. The pitch, bunt, and it's a foul on the outside. So count goes to 0-1. Comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. So Smith getting into a bit of rhythm here. No balls, 2 strikes. Rams trying to put one aboard here with 1 out. Now the 0-2. Outside, laid off it for ball 1. Good job by Santana to watch that one into the mid. One ball, 2 strikes. Santana trying to defend the play. Kylie Smith looks into Weems and deals. Screwball got her. Backing her up on the outside portion. Looked like it came in hot, or came in high. And now there's a backwards K. So that is the 3rd strikeout for the starter. 2nd one in a row. Now the pitch to Lauren Bailey. Pops it up right side, now to play. And the count goes to 0-1 with no outs. Make it 2 outs and nobody on. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the offer. In the dirt. Count goes 1-1. Righty loops in the 1-1 on the ground, straight at third, gobbled up by Hearn. On to first in time, and the Rams for the 2nd straight inning go 1-2-3. Here we are on to the 4th inning. It is 1-0 in favor of this team from Columbia, South Carolina. Bluefield and Jocelyn Thompson coming out on the field when we come back. On to the fourth inning, it's 1-0 Columbia. The Koalas trying to add to their 1-0 lead already off of an RBI single from Kristen Weems with 2 outs in the top of the third inning. Now up against the 3-4-5. Jocelyn Thompson still in the circle for Bluefield College. Lone run of the day is off of one of her walks. That's called a ball, just a bit inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Kylie Smith went down swinging. 4 strikeouts on the day for Jocelyn Thompson. Smith looks to 1-0, pops it up behind home plate. That'll go in the ravine, out of play, 1-1. The count goes to 1-1 and nobody on. Lead off for the Koalas in the purple and the black. Pretty good combo. Rams in the light blue, dark blue, red, white jerseys. Here comes 1-1. Spins in a bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kylie Smith looking confident at the plate on the right side. 2-1. Big swing and a miss. Got a piece of it, and it's gloved by Sanchez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on. Comes the pitch, and a tie, ball 3. Well, Thompson just fluttering around the zone just a little bit. Looks in, payoff. Ripped down the left field line and foul. So well early there for Kylie Smith. And it stays 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another payoff. Inside and low, ball 4. So second walk in the second straight inning where leadoff batter is aboard on a base on balls. So now we go to Alexis Jennings, who grounded out last time to Chloe Hicks back in the second inning. It's 1-0. The lone run of the ball game has scored in the third. What a courtesy runner for the pitcher. And 0-0 out to do so. It's going to be Mary Catherine Sanders, the outfielder from Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Get that 0-0 for 19. Coach, did you get that 0-0 for 19?
The pinch runner out there. Well, courtesy runner, I should say. Smith will be able to come back in. It should have taken 2 seconds. That took about 2 minutes. Alexis Jennings steps up. First pitch shows bunt, lays it down. Martin had it. Throw to first in time. Meanwhile, Bailey with a big pump fake as Sanders goes back at second base. So the sacrifice once again intact. And remember, that did work last time out on the bunt from Emily Holmes and moved Watford over to second base. She eventually got to third and then came in to score on a 2-out single. So with that in mind, Madison Hearn comes up. First pitch, third baseman with a big cut, throw to second. Bailey dives to keep the ball in play. So the count goes to 0-1 with 1 out. Second time where Sanchez has tried to pick off the runner at second base, and Sanders was able to get back in time. Game 1 of 2. Going to have a separation of about 30 minutes in between both games, if that long. Kind of just seems like we start back up when we want to. Comes the 0-1. Shows bunt, pulls it on the left side, foul. Count runs 0-2, so a good job by Thompson getting up in the count already on Madison Hearn. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Runner at second. Comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 5th strikeout of the ball game for Jocelyn Thompson, and the Rams will surely take that now with 2 outs. Kylie Bridgman, one of those 5 strikeouts, steps up to the plate trying to avenge that. She went down 1-2-3 in the second inning. Sanders at second, first pitch on the ground, through the hole into right field. Fielded out there by Taylor, throw to the plate, skips in, tag, in time. Great throw by Taylor into Sanchez, and that will do it in the top of the 4th inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on first base. Bluefield College down 9, make it 1-0, as now we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Welcome back. Bottom of the 4th we go. Bluefield down 1-0. Kylie Smith still in the circle, and Christina Sanchez, Lexi Harmon, and Chloe Hicks trying to change that here with a Bluefield 3-4-5. It's 1-0. Lone scores off the RBI single from Kristen Weems in the 3rd inning. Here we are in the bottom of the 4th. Great play by Taylor out in right field to snipe the runner at the plate, and Sanders, who was given the go-ahead on a relatively shallow single. Comes Christina Sanchez. First pitch. Sanchez looks at a call to strike. So Sanchez flew out to center last time, hit a ball pretty deep. Now the pitch on the ground, third base side, and hooked just foul. Sam White, obviously a little frustrated with how that one just turned out. Put a bat on the ball. It's going foul about 58 feet down the line, and then just hooked to the left of the third base bag at the end. Sanchez, the catcher, taking a couple of practice swings, comes back in. Bluefield down 1-0, trying to come back against a Columbia College team that only has 2 wins on the year. Comes the 0-2. Cranked left side and foul. So that'll keep the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Now the offer. Line drive up the middle, base hit. And Sanchez with a great job there of staying in the batter's box, swinging away, getting the contact, and now a runner is at first for Lexi Harmon. So Harmon singled her last time up. Able to do so on the right side. First pitch to her. Watch right down the plate. Strike 1. Count an 0-1 with no outs and a runner at first base. Bluefield, potential tying run at first. Lexi Harmon, last time she was here, it was able to hit a home run. It Their fifth of the season. That's outside. Pump fake, and Sanchez dives back into the bag safely at first. So the count runs 1-1. Harmon seeing the ball very well, hitting .423 coming into this game. So now it's better with the one hit. Ball and a strike. Comes a 1-1. Outside. Almost another pump fake from Weems. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the offer. Inside, right of the ankles. Another throw back to first. This time Sanchez dances back to the bag. So batters count to Lexi Harmon. 3 balls, 1 strike. Designated player digs back in. Counted 3-1 from Smith. Smith has not walked a batter yet today. On the ground, straight at short. Watford tosses to second in time for the out. So Sanchez, the 6-4, retired as she goes back to the dugout, and Lexi Harmon is on with a fielder's choice. So with 1 out, runner at first. I'm going to bring up Chloe Hicks. Well, a pitch. Shortstop fouls it back for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Count at 0-1. Smith fires away. Ground ball just foul, third base. No balls and 2 strikes. So the Rams trying to bring home another runner. It's the 4th base runner today for Bluefield. Rams with 3 hits. It's only 2 for Columbia, and the Koalas are winning in this one 1-0. South Carolina freshman rocks and pitches. Just a bit outside, another pump fake. Ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes to Chloe Hicks. Shortstop from North Carolina trying to bring in Harmon. Here's the offer. Swing and a miss. That was well off the plate. And that is out number 2. Here comes Jocelyn Thompson. Now the first pitch. We kick ground ball, second base side. Bridgman on to first in time, and the side retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Bluefield trailing in this one, 1-0 with the Koalas on top. On to the top of the 5th inning. It is 1-0. Columbia trying to add on to their small lead. Rams just trying to keep it there. Jocelyn Thompson still in the circle for Bluefield. Has done a great job so far. 5 strikeouts for the freshman. Madison Watford, or as her teammates call her, Waddy, steps up to the plate. She walked and ended up scoring the lone run of the ball game. First pitch, just a bit inside and low. 1 ball, no strikes. Watford walked in 4 pitches. Thompson dealt 2 walks. Big swing and a miss, and Thompson gets back into it 1-1. Freshman from Graham High School, Kenzie Lambert, the freshman from Tazewell. What amount of these players coming from Bluefield area, as well as Lake and Sparks. There's a pitch, skips in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Megan Gross as well. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody on. Watford looks, got a piece of that one, and evens up the count at 2-2 after it rolls around the boards. Yeah, Graham Rec Park could not ask for a better day for softball. A little bit of wind cooling us down just a little bit. Felt pretty warm last week at baseball as well. On that Friday, had a doubleheader. Getting some better weather, but unfortunately Thursday it's supposed to be a high of 32, which you took 5th grade science. You realize that is the freezing point in Fahrenheit. 2-2. Now back right to us. He's at 2-2, which is just typical of Bluefield weather this time of year. I have a couple of weeks of really warm, balmy weather, and then all of a sudden there goes your winter storm. Watford, here comes the 2-2. Got her looking. 6th strikeout for the freshman from Bluefield, Virginia. And the Rams have an out on the board. Emily Holmes had the sacrifice bunt her last time. Quick spin over to second base on the first pitch. And a 4-3 etched into your scorebooks at home. So now there's 2 outs. Now the 9th batter in the lineup, Jordan Kennedy, who had a productive ground out to Macy Martin back in the 3rd inning. That moved Watford from 2nd to 3rd. Now, here's this alignment again. Kenzie Lambert, as you can see on your screen, right to the right of Jocelyn Thompson. First pitch, Kennedy fouls it off for strike 1. So Lauren Bailey is left to cover second. And Kenzie Lambert really has anything on the right side that would normally go to a regular second baseman. Now the pitch, out of back again. So this is being done to, I believe, to combat slap hitting. You have it to where possibly your pitcher doesn't necessarily have to field her position. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2. Just a bit outside, ball 1. And now the alignment goes back with a ball and 2 strikes, realizing might not have the capacity to bunt it here with 2 strikes, 1-2. Got it, looking back. Run here in the Kenzie Lambert to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bluefield College down 1-0. Couple more innings to potentially get those winning runs on the board. So far, Kylie Smith has done a heck of a job of keeping these Bluefield runners at bay. Up to third time here. Count at 1-0. Now the pitch on the ground, foul ball. Evens the count up at 1-1. Lambert, the freshman. First pitch, make it 1-1 actually, goes outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody on, bottom of the 5th. Bluefield had 2 runners on in the 4th inning. Not at the same time. It was a single from Sanchez. Lexi Harmon got her out in a fielder's choice. Rams were still unable to bring her home. 2-1. Lambert watches that one, skipping the dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike. Comes a 3-1. Sawed her off foul. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes. That is second time her. That was Macy Martin, flew out to right on a well-struck ball out to right center field. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot over almost. Watford jumps up and makes the grab. Great grab for the second out, and that was another well-hit softball. And Megan Gross is going to come in the place of Hannah Taylor. Gross replacing Taylor, who went down swinging to open up the 3rd inning. Here we are in the bottom of the 5th. Bluefield native ready to step up with 2 outs and nobody on. Down 1-0. First pitch, Gross. Weak roller right to Smith, and that is it for the 5th inning. Rams go 3 up, 3 down again, and here we are on our way to the top of the 6th, where the score is still Columbia 1, Bluefield 0. Top of the 6th inning, 1-0 the score. Jocelyn Thompson still in the circle for Bluefield College. Kirsten Weems watches that one outside, and it's ball 1. Weems responsible for the lone run to come in today. And an RBI single back in the 3rd inning that knocked in Madison Watford off of the opening walk. Sun still baking down on us here. 1-0 top of the 6th inning. Now the pitch, and it's high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. So remember, this is game 1 of a doubleheader, folks. And another one for you right after this. Time called as Jocelyn Thompson's trying to avoid a leadoff walk for what could be the 3rd time in this game if Weems is able to get on. She is 1 for 2 with a strikeout swinging. Ron Thompson has exhibited some swing and miss stuff. Does have 7 strikeouts. Only 2 of those have been looking. Catcher awaits, and the pitch skips in the dirt. 3 balls, no strikes. Three balls, no strikes. Tough way to begin the inning. Bluefield trying to stay in this one. Top of the lineup coming up for the Rams. In the bottom of the 6th. Remember, they'll have 2 more chances to bat. 3-0 down the middle of the plate, strike 1. Count goes to 3-1 as Thompson fights her way back into the strike zone. Ready for the 3-1. Grounder up the middle. Great snag by Thompson, who tosses to first in time. Well, Thompson has done a great job of fielding her position today. Already seen her get a hold of a pretty tough bunt. Now there's 1 away. Anna Workman, 0 for 2, hit into a fielder's choice that ended the 3rd, her last time. Fouls it back, got a piece of it, strike 1. Count goes 0-1. Well, the Rams 11-11. Columbia trying to win 2 of their last 3 if they're able to hold on to this one. 0-1, another one off the end of the bat, straight at Thompson. Loaded first in time, and now there are 2 gone. Two away, Kylie Smith, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Batter representing her, and Sanders was thrown out at the plate by Taylor, who, by the way, has re-entered the ball game after Megan Gross came in as a pinch hitter. First pitch to the pitcher, ball 1. Skips in the dirt. One ball, no strikes. Here's the offer. Popped up right side of the infield. Lauren Bailey calls for it. Steps back and makes the grab. His Hannah Taylor was almost there to trip her up. But it's 1-2-3 all the same. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is still 1-0 Koalas. Bottom of the sixth coming up. Bluefield College down 1-0, trying to avoid being shut out here. Claudia Santana, Lauren Bailey, and Christina Sanchez all with the task of trying to do that as Smith is still in the circle for Columbia. Rams have only had one runner in scoring position. That was all the way back in the first inning. Here we are in the sixth inning. A little bit of wind flowing out could help Claudia Santana. 0 for 2, grounded out to third her last time, and grounded out to third her first time and went down looking her second. Hearn playing up at third, first pitch. Grounded over to Hearn. There she is, right for the ball. 5-3 into the books on one pitch. Rams have been a bit hasty. Seen a few of these innings take about 5 pitches. So Kylie Smith, and obviously softball, a little bit more of a sport where you can more inclined to pitch the whole game. Still obviously very hard to do so, but Rams have given her a few gifts by getting out early in the count. Lauren Bailey, one of the 3 hits for Bluefield, swings and make it one of the 4 hits for Bluefield there. So the tying run at first base with 1 out. Now Christina Sanchez trying to lift the ball deep enough to get Bailey home. Let's see if Lauren Bailey is able to test Weems a bit. Weems has had a couple of pump fakes and pitch outs down to first. Comes the offer. Right down the plate, strike one, a good pitch from Kylie Smith. No balls, 1 strike. Comes a pitch. Stroke down the left field line and foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Time called, and Leah Newberry wants a moment to calm down. Pitcher, after a couple of little hit fouls. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Sanchez ready to dig back in. Bluefield, potential tying run at first base. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Count at 1-2 with 1 out. Comes the offer from Smith. On the ground, left side. Watford there. Rifles to first in time for the out. Two outs. Lexi Harmon, designated player up for Bluefield. Tying run at second base. First pitch to Harmon. Watch right down the plate. So welcome back, everyone. Unfortunately, we had a bit of an overheating issue, but fortunately for the Rams, Chloe Hicks just leading it off well in the bottom of the 7th. The Rams down 1-0, trying to keep this going here as we move on to the bottom of the 7th. Runner at first, and the first pitch by Thompson flies out into right field. So Hicks on, bunt single, Thompson flew out to right. So Kenzie Lambert, one of the last chances for Bluefield to try to push this run in. Taken back in on the right side. Bluefield down 1-0. Bottom of the 7th. There's a strike. First pitch. Kenzie Lambert. One away. Shows bunt, and it's a good one. Third base side. Hearn on to first in time for the out. So Hicks, the tying run is at second base with now 2 outs on the board. Macy Martin. Last chance for Bluefield. Bottom of the 7th, Rams trying to potentially tie it up or walk this off. One to nothing the score. Macy Martin 0 for 2 with a couple of well-struck softballs. First pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike 1. Game-tying run at second base. Only the second time where Bluefield has had a runner in scoring position today. Just a bit outside, 1-1. Martin staying in. Bottom of the 7th, game 1 of this doubleheader. We're going to have another one right after this. Count runs at 1-1 with 2 outs. Smith trying to complete the game, fires away. Loops in Hyde. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and one, Smith looks in, fires away. Popped it up, first base side, and it'll go into the ravine. So the count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Even count, Rams down to their final strike in game 1 of this doubleheader. And Macy Martin put 1 on the board with Chloe Hicks, the potential tying run at second base, or will Kylie Smith get the win here? 2-2. Swinging a ground ball straight at first, and that is the ball game. So the Koalas take game 1. Rams leave the tying run on in scoring position and fail to score there in game number 1. We're going to be back in just about half an hour for game number 2, but I'm Bailey Engels saying the final score of this one, Rams drop it 1-0 over Columbia.